So next up, we have Dr. Health Safari, Deborah Drake. She is yes, welcome back. And she actually has a history in Western medicine, emergency medicine. And I'm sorry, I can never remember everything. So I pulled you up online, but she actually has a bachelor's in science, biology, kinesiology, and psychology. And she practiced for a long time in allopathic and then has retired to more traditional integrative medicine. She's a doctor of integrative medicine, natural medicine, and she does have a lot of experience in bioenergetic medicine, quantum biofeedback, and just to name a few things. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Drake, and she's going to be touching base.
I'm going to be talking about graceful aging tonight.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, Lorena, I just love seeing you every Thursday night. Thank you. You can just call me, like somebody who loves the human body.
And music.
And I'm a musician and a physician together, loving the way that God put us together. So tonight, I just want to review for our audience, if you really want to use the SleepM products, you might wonder why it's attracting worldwide professors, chiropractors, doctors, natural medicine, sports athletes, professionals. Well, we want you, the average person, to get what the elite people are already tapping into, which is that we are part of the big field, if you will, the field of energy. I'm just going to see if I can increase my PowerPoint there for a second to the big size. 1 second. Slideshow from the beginning. Can you do that? Sorry, just let me stop and show you bigger slides there, okay? So we are a field of energy and we live on a beautiful planet, but our bodies reflect that planet. And if our planet's getting toxic and aging, well, we probably are too. So we are using the SleepM products as a solution to protect us from prematurely aging ourselves with automatic toxicity in the world, the stress of EMF pollution, the molds, the mildew, and the misalignments, the chaos. We have to do something proactive if we want to proactively stop the aging process. And we have a book on this that we wrote for SleepM Company, if any of you are interested, at the World Organization on Natural Medicine, that has 4 of us professors talking about sleep from every angle, from mind, body, emotion, and spirit. And we think that this is one of the big areas where the SleepM Biocrystal mattress, where it's addressing multiple layers of the technology of sleep. It's not just a block of foam. It's got gold and silver for conductivity of the brain. It's got the mold resistant gel and the latex that keeps you from a stinky mattress. It's got the carbon to activate and chart with zinc and copper to grab all of the pollution around your bed. It's got the coils for the posture that I'm going to show you is so critical to keep your brain from aging prematurely. And when I say graceful aging, I'm not saying that we don't have to stop aging, but we do have to stop. Thinking that it's an automatic downhill slide. And now if we live in that world, which is all the spectrum of radiation, gamma waves, x-rays, the human lives right where the rainbow lives, okay? The rainbow is a very select part of the rainbow of different colors, of different frequencies. And this is why we've picked different crystals of different colors to represent the part of the electromagnetic field that pumps up the good of humans and pets in the middle there, not to give you any of the nastiness of other radiation and other cycles there. This is a chart of all the radio waves that they sell licenses for. We want to stay down here in the white box at the top where music lives, where your brain lives, okay? Outside of a microwave oven. And we also want you to remember that the world rotates around every north, south, east, west part of the poles rotates on a little bit of a tilt. So we have spring, summer, winter, fall seasons. And each one of our body parts has evolved to work at different seasons best and to work at different times of day that are best. So if we can respect Mother Nature's revolution like a planetary daily cycle, our stomach wakes at 7, we feed our spleen and clean our blood at 9, we exercise our heart at 11, we clean our small intestine of food poisoning at 1, we have our bladder evacuate our extra waters, our kidney retain our extra proteins, our heart pump out and our adrenals relax at night, And then during the nighttime only, we spit out all our bile through our gallbladder, which is meaning dumping old bad cholesterol. We clean our liver for manufacturing and enzyme production and hormones. We clean our lungs by deeply, deeply breathing when we're sleeping at 3 a.m. and at 4 a.m. only. When you're in the deepest of sleep, you wake up your stem cells to anti-age yourself. So if you, and then at 5 a.m., you evacuate yesterday's mess and you have a large intestinal bowel movement to start your day afresh again. Now, if you're not sleeping between the gallbladder, liver, lung, and intestine, then there's no janitor cleaning the house so that the next day you're starting with a dirty office. Okay. So you have to remember that the brain has to have some light cycles and some dark cycles in order to do its jobs. Okay. You can't stay up all night. Like a shift worker might be flipped up and down, but they still have to sleep by day to give the brain some time to perform and some time to rest. Okay. To redistribute. Like that little spider redistributes his saliva and makes a bigger nest all night, but he captures his breakfast. Okay. So the brain is a receiving and a transmitting antenna to the world. And your brain has all these neurons that have a special nucleus and these, axons that talk directional energy and dendrites that receive. So it's a two-directional system, okay? So you, in order to keep graceful aging, you sleep on a crystal pillow every night of a different color of crystal. And now we're tweaking, tuning, restoring all the different types of wiring in the brain. And there's many types of wiring that talk to different parts of your body through different colored channels. Just like a radio station has different channels. If you're off the channel, you sound terrible with static. But when you're right on the channel, the music is good and sounds harmonic and concordant. So musically, our bodies are a rainbow of colors that matches a rainbow of frequencies, that matches a range of hormones that are all different crystals or colors. So by sleeping on the colors of the crystals in the bed of the SleepM products or the eye mask or the pillows, you're trying to give a pitch pipe to the choir all night and tell each of these organs in each of these pitch pipe colors to go in and get themselves tuned up, okay? So we're using fiber optic communication by having a bed that vibrates light into your body at night. And it's about a 3-foot field around these beds, okay? So anybody within 3 feet of the pillow or you'll notice your dog wants to sit on the mat because it's giving a 3-foot field of delivery of these beautiful vibrational frequencies to your organs. And if you look at the emotional health of people, the healthier you are emotionally, the longer you live, because the happier and more jovial and the more great relationships, the more friendships, the more family, the more people take care of you with love and joy and peace and enlightenment, then you're going to live a long life because you're just so vibrant. But if you're stuck in fear, guilt, shame, apathy, dirty, dark, down, low frequencies, usually that means you've got a dirty body, a toxic body. Parasites cause shame, parasites cause alcoholism, parasites cause fermentation. So if you're not taking care of your diet and connecting yourself to good foods that help good organs, that help good frequencies, then your piano keys aren't working in tune with yourself. And how the body works is it tunes you up with what they call crystal prisms. So can you imagine that a fiber optic light has to have a prism, meaning a shape with 3 sides on it? A line is not a prism. Something that has 3 sides can carry light. So look at the structure of all the brain transmitters that keeps you young. Adrenaline and noradrenaline have a circular shape of that hexagon for light carrying. Then dopamine at the front of your brain for execution and planning and frontal, power to move forward. That has a nice crystal transmitter in it. And then we have serotonin for lymph nodes and happiness and the vision. That has 2 rings of crystals in it. And then we look down to the slowing. So these 4 on the top stimulate you, wake you up by day. Blue light, I'm busy by day. The other 4 on the bottom, they don't have a full circle crystal. So these are the ones that slow you down like the brakes in a car. So these ones called GABA, which is the antihistamine, acetylcholine for memory and all nerves integrate through acetylcholine, the loss of which causes dementia. That's made of fats from egg yolks, okay? Then glutamate to make your Krebs cycle have energy for the brain. And look at this endorphin. It's got crystal up and crystal down like a key. Tune up my pain, tune down my pain. Okay, it's a classic messenger molecule. Do you need up or down? I need to go either way. So some of the transmitters wake you up by day, some of the transmitters make you sleep by night. So you have to have a good selection of these 4 different brainwave speeds here. The dopamine and the serotonin are at different speeds, okay? So dopamine is 30 cycles a second and wakes you up. Acetylcholine is 13 cycles a second as a wavelength or frequency, and that makes you calm and relaxed. At theta waves, when you're just falling asleep and you're just waking up, is the most important time of the day, when you have the most learning, the most relaxation, the most meditation, the most mental imagery and creativity. That's when you solve all your problems. So stay in bed for 30 minutes with your eyes closed and linger in the theta state, okay? And if you're a guru, you learn to be in the theta state while you're wide awake, which is quite amazing. And then you must have a really slow time at night when there's no interruptions, no light, no cell phones, no beeping, no snoring, no bed movements, because you need this delta sleep, the lowest speed here, to basically get to that stem cell stimulation at 4 a.m. So the body slows all the way down to the slowest, dreamless, deepest sleep, where your brain repairs itself and anti-ages itself at night. So if you keep having interrupted sleep, you're not going to be able to get a restful relaxation. So if you want graceful aging, you need your brain to have ongoing support, meaning food, nutrition, and or support physiologically, posturally. You need protection, and you need to restore your brain's good sleep cycles so it can clean itself at night and be ready during the day. And a lot of that, as a doctor of emergency medicine, family medicine, psychiatry, and osteopathy and bioenergetic medicine, I can tell you that people who kink their head in a car crash with whiplash and knock their head off the post at C1 vertebrae, these people can't sleep well for the rest of their life till they get their head back on the post. They have every kind of trouble with their guts and their vagus nerve and their thyroid and their moods. So if you get sleeping on a SleepM pillow, we're trying to recreate and put your head back on the post, and we'll protect your brain tissue and your transmitters and your spinal alignment, your temperature drainage, your lymph drainage. All of these things have to be done at nighttime. So when your brain is in flow, it keeps you aglow, okay? That is what you want, is good blood flow up the neck, good blood flow through the arteries of the neck. You want to be able to have good dopamine at the front in red there. You want to have good memory banks in green on the side for acetylcholine. You want to have good serotonin at the back of your head for good visual dreams, visual cortex, and immune system. And you want this GABA up top to relax muscles, relax heart, relax high blood pressure, relax all the body with histamine at nighttime. So you have to realize that the athletes who can't relax because they're stimulated, they're getting great results because we're letting them run by day, but we're calming them down by night. We're making them 36% calmer at night. Now, don't you want the same kind of conditions for full brain natural integration, which raises your immune system because you slept through the stem cell 4 a.m. and you electrically connected all your brain waves back together? Your brain waves can be felt kilometers away. It's now been proven. What you think is what you become, okay? So you have, if you got stinking thinking, you're going to start drinking. Let's get over that and start having good brain cleansing every night. And as Dr. Celeste had last week, she said many people who have insomnia are the main characteristic overlaps between PTSD, hypervigilance, fight or flight all the time, and people who have traumatic brain injury with headaches, sensitivity, nausea, vomiting, but they all seem to coalesce around depression and insomnia or fatigue and anxiety. So many people are mistaking brain injury for dementia or PTSD for dementia or premature aging because people just don't get a good night's sleep. So we want to correct that by putting you through the 16 crystals, each one of a different frequency, of a different color, for a different organ, of different vibration. And on the side here, this is musically what these vibrations look like. So different stones actually vibrate a different magnetic pattern there on the cymatic screen on the left, okay? So as we put in one different organ or one different crystal for each yin and yang organ, and we put in silver and gold for making conductivity, the whole orchestra conductor talking to all body parts. Now you get all the different frequencies of different crystals, giving all the different notes of the rainbow colors to all the different organs all night long. This is why people are getting such great results with our product. It's like you're humming to the choir of earth all night long, right? And your vibrational resonance, the harmonic concordance of your body, starts being in resonance or in tune with the crystals. And the longer you sleep on them, at least 10 minutes, but the longer you sleep all night, the more cumulative the positive effects will be, so that each one of these organs, yin and yang, innie and outie, hollow tube, solid tube, each one of these organs now is getting one of the crystals in our collection, tuning it up. Well, the gold and silver is conducting more energy, but the negative energy of poisons, toxins, fumes, stinky mold is being sucked out of you by these zinc and copper activated carbon. Now, what does that do? It lets all the crystal antennas of your mitochondrial energy see. This is the energy, mitochondrial energy battery cell in every body part, and every one of them have crystals. You see the Christi? This is where you manufacture your DNA to make perfect replicas of your body every day. So what is anti-aging? It's making a perfect copy of yourself every night. But what if every night you're missing half the raw materials? There's no crystal transmitters. You're dehydrated. There's no fats in your body's cell. There's no vitamin C and zinc to run the mitochondria. Then you're going to get more and more battery discharge and get aging and fall over, okay? But the more you sleep on a crystal bed full of crystals, the more you make better DNA, the more you make better copies of yourself, the more your pituitary gland is dripping better hormones all night long, the more the pituitary makes your thyroid hormones, your stress hormones, your sex hormones all in balance every night, your endorphins for pain control are improved at night, your stress and blood sugar hormones make better weight at night, and your immune system gets a great deep sleep of stem cell repair every night. So if you can get better blood flow to that pituitary every night, you're going to have a whole better body of hormones. So the nervous system, if we protect that brain function, that's your best way of anti-aging. It's protecting the entire nervous system, the peripheral and central nervous system, the autonomic nervous system that works on your guts, such as sympathetic and parasympathetic tubes opening and closing, or the somatic muscles of bones. But our beds are talking to every one of those nervous system parts, okay, and giving every organ a chance to come up to speed by talking to your nervous system in perfect posture, perfect conductivity, perfect alignment, perfect tuning station. So by putting you in a perfect cocoon at night, maybe your body will get the message to feel perfect, okay? We can't say that we cured you. We just gave you the vibrational cocoon upon which perfection can occur. So if we keep talking to all your nerves all night long with perfect posture, with our micro coils, our macro coils, the bed is weighted for your different hips and shoulder weights. The whole body sinks into this thing and you hardly move all night, so you don't wake yourself up and interrupt all these nerves for healing. And then your meridians, which conduct hormonal light signals to all your endocrine glands or your chakras. So now all night long, your meridian systems are opening the traffic and getting the traffic flowing. So by the time you wake up, you're getting good cognition, good memory, balance, coordination. Your organs are having 36% better blood flow from deeper breathing at night, meaning better clearance of your oxygen and toxic zones. Your energy metabolism is burning more calories while you're sleeping because you're not storing toxic, metabolites and cellulite and poisons. You're reducing the mold in the body, which is the big killer that nobody talks about, but mold turns off your spleen and now your blood is sticky. And we're detoxing the radiation poisoning out of you all night long, so you can restructure your DNA to make a better, socially better body. You're nocturnally reversing your aging. So I just heard Greg Braden, a famous guy, who just said, imagine at night that it's already happened. This is what we now know, is our intentions are so strong in the brain that we can affect the outside world, and that our words can actually change the DNA within us. So if you want to work on your DNA change, you have to be in a good emotional state. You have to be full of good energy. You have to know that you're connected to yourself and connected to the world, and that you can tap into that field of energy and pull that field into our bodies by sleeping on crystal energy. And that has been proven again in the Journal of Nature, that the field of ethers exist, and we can suck it in and tap into it ourselves, connecting our heart magnet to our brain magnet, and to feel the brain tell the body, I'm only 39 years old and holding. I decided not to continue aging. My DNA is replacing my cells every night. So long as I wake with dopamine and blue skies and blue computer screens by day, and so long as I use the sunset of orange light to calm down my theta waves and get into pitch black nighttime sleeping, so that I don't wake up and interrupt my stem cells. And let me just say that the stem cells are so heavily connected to the gut and the brain, because inside the gut are these extra light cells, entero, meaning gut, chromaphin, meaning they carry the same light cells like the retina of the eye, okay? And so since all the transmitters I showed you of dopamine and serotonin carry light, they cause peristalsis, or movement of the gut. So if you're not sleeping well, I can guarantee you that these little Christmas tree lights all down your bowel may be getting tired. Peristalsis may not work. You're not evacuating well. You're storing all this poison up, and now your liver has to deal with poison instead of anti-aging all night. So if you can really remember that head protection from concussions, from injury, from PTSD, or from impaired sleep is a huge issue. And using your blue screen of dopamine at nighttime is the wrong way to allow your brain to go into those deep orange lighted theta states. So some people wear orange glasses in the evening, or they put on their crystal glasses, and they make their brain forcibly shut down. Remember, travel also impairs your sleep problems. So bring your crystal pad with you, sitting on it on the plane as I do. Put your crystal glasses on your face, and you can reduce the jet lag of 3 hours of displaced sleep for every time zone you travel through. And remember that there's 200 chest x-rays every hour of flying, equivalent radiation. So by using your crystal pad, or your if you can afford to bring it with you, bringing the topper, the sports topper with you, you're actually reducing the radiation and having greater sports performance, because you're not having sticky blood from all the sweaty, unrestful sleep that you've had on a plane, or traveling through jet fuel, chemtrails, etc. So travelers need the mat. I don't travel anywhere without it. I sit on it all day long. Okay. Now remember that the big problem is that if you don't sleep well, your doctor or your psychiatrist or your therapist or somebody's going to offer you a pill. And the pills that give you a fake GABA high are antihistamines. Why don't you just get rid of the mold in your bed that's making you have high histamine? Why take an addictive Valium or benzodiazepine for life that can impair your liver and slows down your white blood cells, right? Now, if you're going to say that people are now having dopamine surges with kids being addicted to video games all night long, then they have no dopamine left tomorrow for school for ADHD problems. Low dopamine is ADHD. Too high a dopamine is autism or mania or schizophrenia. So we got to get this light, dark cycles in our kids and in our seniors and everybody, okay? We don't want to use drugs if we can avoid it. So using the SleepM products is a drugless way with not the side effects of sleep medications that can dry the mouth, change urination, give sweating, nightmares, histamine, addictions, and other problems of loss of libido or other demineralization of the body. Now, also, if you're having somebody who's got a sports injury, get them on these pads right away, because it can stabilize the blood flow to any injury. And if you're also in an occupational job where you're always getting near strange places, toxic environments like police officers, firefighters, people who are in war zones, these people may have stress problems from shift work, from trauma that they see on the road. One fireman came up to me and he said, Dr. Deb, I'm never going to get used to seeing a liver on the road, meaning car crashes because the firefighters are the first responders. So these anxiety things need to be overcome by giving extra sleep aid. And if you have a forced job for perfection, conform, comply, you must carry a gun, you must kill somebody in your job in a war, you must travel in weird times, in weird vehicles, in weird places. Can you imagine how difficult it is for the military? So I'm so grateful for Dr. Celeste Thurwell from coming on our SleepM team last week. And she's been talking to the soldiers out in the East Coast, building safe houses for PTSD recollection. And we've put in a crystal SleepM bed there for her first family that just came in through the first program now. And she's having the whole family sleep on the biocrystal bed to get them out of their PTSD faster and sleeping back to a normal sleep cycle quicker. So military service, not only do they have shift work, they may have PTSD, traumatic brain injuries. They and many others who are in sports or whatever you've got, those are the people that need to have that concussion repaired by sleeping as much as possible on a technology that improves blood flow to the brain. So all the things that happen to cause aging, intrusions, avoidance, cognitive changes, they all end up with sleep problems. So anybody who's not sleeping well, their vagus nerve is probably troubled. As Dr. Thurwell said, they probably got problems with mental health or physical health or pain. These people are all the people we need to talk to get them on a SleepM crystal bed. People who you don't even know are suffering, you might as well tell them about it. What have you got to lose by showing somebody else that you've tried this and you feel better, or they could try it easily and see if it's got no side effects, can be used in every kind of person of every age or pet. It has no interference with other drugs you use, no interference with any medical condition, and no interference with any of your eating habits, your scheduling, or anything. You're already sleeping. It doesn't interfere with anything you're doing, but with massive benefits, okay? By balancing that fight or flight system and calming down sympathetic overdrive, raising up our relaxation, we just live longer, okay? And this is what Dr. Thurwell said. If you have in bursts of interruption of your sleep all night long, it's like somebody poking you with a needle and you never get down to that deep stem cell anti-aging repair. So generally speaking, I just wanted to say, put your money in the field of energy. Put your investment in yourself for a 10-year mattress. You're paying a cup of coffee a day, but you're getting 10 years of brain protection for cognition, memory, and pain, hormones, inflammation, chronic disease repair, just a pure, lovely sleep. And I can tell you that I have reconnected my head to my post, got less aged, got less stressed. And I'm sure many of the people on this call will tell you that we're all doing very well since we started sleeping on these kind of beds, because our circulation to the head is getting improved. So let's go ahead and pass this baton over to our next speaker, who's going to say to you, what can you do to invest in yourself? What does it cost to get involved? And what are you saving in terms of using these biocrystals in your life? I've taught you sort of health-wise where the benefit is, but there's another asset to this where you can save money and or earn money and or earn enough money to buy your own products for free and help others while you're doing it. So I'm a biocrystal advocate for life. And and it's because of these statistics of the SleepM company. 36% improved physiology has been proven in studies. 50% improved circulation. What medical drug can do that? Name it, I don't know. And what other improved drug with no narcotics improves sleep by 73%? It's fantastic. So our solution is the 7-zone mattress or the pad or the pillows. And I'd like to pass that over and our sleep mask, by the way, and all our new products for our Pinnacle Deluxe. Every one of these is more than just a mattress. It's a biotechnology for reduction of aging processes. Okay. We're certified, we're endorsed, we're awarded, we're all over the top 3 mattresses. wanted to thank you all for the opportunity to share with you something that we feel strongly about, passionately about. You know, the first words of the Hippocratic Oath say, first, do no harm. This technology does no harm, and it does so much good that your benefits are leveraging your investment far into the future. You're taking good monies and turning it into better monies because you're getting better physiology. And you're somehow, in a way, having, as you saw that last slide of Carmine, if you actually just told a person every month and they got in the habit of telling it, you're talking $1.7 million there in compensation if everybody talked to somebody every once a month. That's not a very hard business plan to imagine. And yet the rewards are fantastic. Why is that? Because we don't spend millions of dollars on advertising. We give meetings like this, where us professors donate our time for free. You're not taking $50,000 of a speech for me. You're not actually having the difficulty. You don't have to be as a medical doctor or any professional to sell this product, to show and share it with others and care about somebody that you love and just show them what they're doing. It's not a very hard sell. You're really having all the benefits with none of the drudgery. And I would like to say that at the bottom line, the company's got this little portal called a designated affiliate website that has everything of this, this presentation, all the marketing tools, all your paychecks, all those things are already laid out for you in the back end. So you don't have to be an accountant. You don't have to be computer savvy. You need a login and that's about it. You know how to run your business that somebody's done for you. Your job is to really just care for other people and share this. That's why Dr. Fung and I have been sticking in here from the beginning, because we just love sharing good things with good people to make you feel good. And there's no harm done. We haven't had a single complaint or return, I don't think, since the time we opened the company, because you just feel great and there's nothing to complain about. So get on board, get yourself some investment in your own graceful aging. However old you may be, it's always wise to keep nurturing yourself for perfection. And this is what SleepM does in a wellness strategy that's non-invasive, non-toxic, non-offensive, non-political, non-denominational, non-religious. It doesn't matter who you are, you can all benefit from a SleepM product. So I hope you'll grab at least a pad or a pillow or something and check us out. On that, I'm saying goodnight from Ontario, Canada. And Lorena, you're looking beautiful tonight. Thanks for hosting as always, and we'll see you next week or another time.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank
great to see you
you.
too, both of you. Thank you so much for all you guys do.
See you guys.